All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
81.
Shotgun now for Wentz. That's a strong running. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Black. 82. Black.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
Sunday. Stat. 81. Black, come on.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, 45 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fins them all. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. They're going to look to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first down carry here for Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going to throw right side here, complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Carlos Hyde taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he's got it up and through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ramp. Check your backer. Man 5-7. Lion. Ram.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
81.
Wentz now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Run. 81. Shift.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. Now he's forced out right. And this one's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. 3rd down here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Black.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Least by two. 82. 82. Ramp. Black, come on.
Again, it's Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hey, 4 down. This 5-7. Great. Flag.
Wins to throw again. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Great. Everyone's got 4 down.
Now they'll run on the draw. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
Ram. 81. Flag. Come on.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment.
5-7. Shorty. Flag. Come on. Lion. Flag.
Wentz now to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Corey Grant, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Leopard! No, check. Patriot!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He got 29 yards that time. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. 3, 19.
He'll look to throw. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. He's going to get it running right. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Detroit!
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
To me, this isn't even a question. I think that they'll go. When they have a chance to put a dent in the lead, even with a whole second half to play, I think they have to do it. This isn't a risk. This is a necessity.
He'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out right. And that is going to be incomplete. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this.
Great 15. Go. 87. Great. Ford Tokyo.
Check, 55 right. Check, 55 right.
Back.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Great. Here we go. Down in man inside. Down in man.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant, an even 90 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eluding the pressure right. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. There goes Duke Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson, 77 yards. And the Browns get a score closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps. But they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on first down. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Straight 15.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Caught Safarian Jenkins, right side. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Everyone go forward. 4 down.
Black.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Oh, got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A.J. Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important thing.
The guy's man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 39 that time. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kiki QT, 38 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And he knocks it through. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
5-9, 5-9.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Wentz. Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Black, come on. Great 57. 82, 82. Black, come on. Ron. 81, 81. Black.
10, under 10, 10.
Great.
Now Wentz on third down. Now he'll let it go deep over. He's got a man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. Shakes off the... But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Black.
Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Jaguars on third down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Lion. 81. Lion. Check. Great 15.
Now Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their...
By Beasley, the 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns get a score closer. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled, and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
At his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and 15.
81.
Now Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got an open man. It's Ratley. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Great 15. Great 15.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
One chip. Go, go. Here we go, here we go. 180. Black. 82, 82.
Wentz now on first down. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it first and 10.
No, check. Patriot.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ricardo Lewis, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game. 2nd and 8. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Wentz, escaping the pressure right. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like you did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen...
Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Jaguars on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Wentz going to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Sunday. Hey, Zach. Lion.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Flush to his right. Looking long for Westbrook. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wentz.